Good evening and welcome to NACTV's Neepawa Rotary Auction Report. My name is Lyle Watson and we thank you for joining and tuning in. And we're just promoting our annual fundraising auction, which, as you know by now, is online and is spread over the dates from December 3rd through till December 10th. And you can bid online at any time throughout that period. We have an excellent selection of merchandise this year, both in the form of gift certificates. There's something for everyone here, just a wide variety, and we take this opportunity to thank and express our appreciation to the donors and to the people who are looking and thinking about buying. Christmas time is very close. We're talking about local shopping. It's an opportunity to shop locally and support the Neepawa Rotary Club, but also the merchants and the people that have donated this good variety of items for our auction this year. We're very pleased to do that. So if you haven't already been able to log into the auction site, please do that. Get registered. Voting starts December 3rd, and if you just go to the Neepawa auction website, it'll lead you through and you can get registered in. So with that, we ask that you have a look. All the items are displayed, the retail values are there, and I hope that you consider putting in some bids on our 2020 online auction. With that, I'd like to continue on with our program today, and we have another guest that we would like to talk to. And it's my pleasure to welcome fellow Rotarian Myra Newton to our guest list today, and thank you for taking the time and joining us today, Myra.
My pleasure being here, Lyle.
Well, it is, and I'm so glad that you did take the time, because you have had quite an experience over the years working with the auction. I'm going to start, when did you join Rotary and how did you get involved in Rotary?
I joined Rotary, I believe it was in 1997. And how it came about was I was actually helping a friend move a piano, and a fellow by the name of Herb Osmond was also helping us move that piano, and we were sitting in the back of a half-ton truck driving down the street, and he says, "Have you ever thought of joining Rotary?" And it just happened to be a time in my life where I was thinking that I needed to give back to the community, and I thought it was a reasonable thing to do, and he says, "Well, why don't you come to a couple Rotary meetings with me, and we'll go from there." And that's kind of how it started, Lyle.
And you've been a real compliment to the Rotary Club of Neepawa, because you've been part of all the positions in the executive and the current treasurer, and you had experience with the canvas chairperson for a number of years and still are doing it, and so you get to keep track of all that good thing. Is there any particular position or event that you've been involved in Rotary that really stands out with you, Myra?
Well, there are lots of things that I've had a lot of fun in. The Rotary auction is something that goes by every year, and the neat thing about the Rotary auction is that up until this year, everybody in the club has been involved with the auction on that day, almost without exception. This year with COVID-19, it's a little more challenging. We can't have as many people in one spot at one time, so everybody's done a little bit, but it's always been a fun job putting the auction together. Some of the other things that I've had the most enjoyment out of the last couple of years, we started the book sale, the used book sale, and we've had some work parties making boxes to store the books in. Those are a lot of fun. You get a half a dozen Rotarians together in the workshop and make those. So it's the comradeship that I really enjoy about that. One project that comes to mind that's 20 years old now is our centennial project at Rotary Park, and at that point we redid the cook shack, added a indestructible washroom, a viewing tower on the north side of the lake, and also got some funding so that the Wildlife Association could put in the bird sanctuary down there, and that was a lot of fun working on that.
And the benefits are measured daily down there with people attending Rotary Park.
They certainly are. It's a very quiet place. one thing, living out in the country, I maybe didn't appreciate the green space within town. But that summer of 2000, I spent considerable time down there planning and getting things ready to go on the project. And the thing that stood out in my mind is how many people walk through Rotary Park on the course of a day. Never in big groups, but there are lots of people that just go down to enjoy the green space down there.
Including tourists as they drive through or decide to tour around Neepawa. They usually take in Rotary Park and spend a few minutes or a little time there.
It is, and it's a wonderful place to go down and collect your thoughts and sit and watch the birds at the bird sanctuary, or watch the squirrels collecting nuts in the oak trees. It's just a very quiet place.
It is, and very, very pleasant. I just thought of a question, Murray, and you were talking about you've enjoyed the fellowship and Rotarians getting together and doing these work projects. And I'm wondering, how does that fit into number one on our four-way test? Is it always the truth that you people or your Rotary members discuss when you're working together at these work projects?
It depends on who it's the truth and who it prevails to.
Okay. Okay.
Certainly, I would have nothing to say that isn't the truth.
Yeah. Yes, I've been on the end of that a few times. Anyways, back to the Rotary auction. We've had excellent turnout this year, as you were mentioning earlier. Compared to other years, what has been the reaction to the donations and to the merchants being involved in the community itself?
Well, the reaction has been very, very positive, and as you know, we had a lot of discussion at the club level whether we should or should not proceed with the auction this year, and we decided that there were lots of businesses in town that had reasonable years and whatnot, and so we proceeded on that, recognizing that some people would not be in a position to donate. The response has been overwhelming. We have goods very close to what we have had for the last number of years in donations. Lots of people have stepped up. So yes, it is. It's been wonderful, and we've had great cooperation from local businesses.
So what would the total retail value look like approximately at this time?
At this point, it's in excess of $27,000, plus we have $2,000 to $3,000 in cash and in-kind donations as well.
Speaking of cash donations, if a person or persons or a business wanted to make a donation, can they make a cash donation to Rotary at any time, and how would you suggest they do that?
Anybody can make a donation to the Rotary Club at any time. Contact a Rotarian, make a check payable to the Rotary Club of Neepawa, and it will get to me, and I will put it in the bank, and we can put it to good use both in our community or on international projects as well.
Thinking of community participation in the past over the auctions, we've always enjoyed help from other organizations, and there's several that come to mind, but the Neepawa Natives and the Inner Wheel, for example. Could you expand on the support that we've always had from within the Rotary organization and outside too?
Well, the Neepawa Natives have stepped up with us with the TV auction. There was a lot of goods to move in a very short period of time, and as you know, some of our Rotarians aren't as spry as they used to be, and so they helped with the bringing items up and getting them ready to go on TV. This year we won't need that because we're not on TV. Inner Wheel has stepped up for quite a number of years. Both they make some lunch for us because it's a long day for some of the people at the auction, and the last number of years they've stepped up and been on camera and answered phones, and they were just a great help to us.
Thinking of Inner Wheel, they also were very helpful in terms of bringing the student exchange people together on the long weekend in September. Could you comment on the good times that come about?
Well, the student exchange program has been a wonderful, wonderful thing for the Rotary Club of Neepawa and for me in particular. When I joined Rotary, I was most wanted to give back to my community, and I have been able to do that, I believe, but probably the International Exchange Program has touched our family more than the community support has. We were fortunate enough to have 10 long-term exchange students stay in our house for 3 to 4 months at a time. Some of those students were still in contact, and they're from all over the world. Our kids have benefited from finding out that kids from Germany and Brazil and Japan and Denmark are just like the kids in Canada, and it has been a wonderful program for Rotary. Unfortunately, COVID has kind of put the stop to that right now, but hopefully sometime in the future we will be able to get that program going again. And back to your question, the Neepawa Inner Wheel has hosted the orientation for those students for in excess of 30 years, and they do it a weekend in September, and all the students in our Rotary district, which goes from Moose Jaw to Sioux Lookout, come here on one weekend, and the counselors come with them, and the district exchange group kind of tells them what they can and can't do and what they should expect for the year, and it's just a great way to start the year off for them.
And it leaves a big impact on a lot of people.
Absolutely it does.
Back to the Rotary auction and the fundraising part of it, can you share with us, Murray, where a portion of the proceeds will be going back into the community this year, currently, and also maybe some of the projects that we've supported in the past?
Well, my memory's always short, but this year the local portion of what we raise is going, some of the funds raised are going to go to the Neepawa area schools that will be funding technology that is required because of the COVID-19 issues, and there are ongoing challenges, and all the projects have not been identified where funds will go to, but there are lots of needs within the school system right now, and they're changing daily. Some of the projects that we've done over the years, the one I mentioned earlier that's always very near and dear to my heart is the redevelopment of Rotary Park in 2000. We have donated money to the HMK playground when they redid it a number of years ago. We've donated money to the Neepawa Medical Clinic for some of the automatic doors that are there. We made a sizable donation to the new daycare that was put up a year ago. So those are the Roxy Theatre we've donated money to in the last number of years as well. So those are the ones that come to my mind right now, and there are many, many more, because every year we choose a major project locally to support.
And thinking about those local projects and what we've been able to accomplish through the fundraising auction is a prime example of the teamwork between community, the donors, the Rotary Club, and everybody involved for the betterment of our community.
It is, and I want to emphasize it's for the betterment of our community. That's the best part about it all.
Yes, and it's a time of fellowship and fun while we're doing it, which we can't put a price tag on.
That's what I look forward to most, is the fun and the friendship that we have while we're doing it.
Yes. Any other things in Rotary and your experiences that you would like to comment on as we move forward in our program?
Well, I would put the pitch out there to anybody that has an interest in what the Rotary Club does, or would like to find out more what they do. Contact any member of our Rotary Club. We're always looking for new members. We're looking for energetic people that have a little bit of time. It doesn't necessarily take a lot of time. We've changed our schedules, so we're not meeting as often as we used to. We meet every second week now when COVID is over. So I would challenge anybody that has an interest in our club to contact a Rotarian and inquire.
And we're always welcoming guests too. If somebody wants to come as a guest to a Rotary meeting, they're welcome. Just contact a Rotary member too.
Absolutely. Our meetings are open to guests, as you say, and we usually meet over the lunch hour, and once a month we have a very informative program, and it could be anything from something going on in our community to worldwide projects. So yeah, there's lots of interest at the meetings.
Yeah. Well, I think you and I could probably talk about Rotary and community and the auction and the fundraising part for quite some time, but our time is getting a little short, Murray. If I was to ask you if you have a final thought to share with our viewers, would you like to comment on that, please?
My thought currently is just thanking all the local businesses for the wonderful support they have given us to our online auction. I would encourage people to go online and look and see what this auction is all about, and hopefully it will be as successful or more successful than the TV auctions that we've had in the past.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Murray, and again, thank you for joining us here at our NAC TV Rotary Auction Report, and we look forward to a conversation and working with you throughout the week and helping distribute the good merchandise to the highest bidders. So thank you for joining us.
It's been my pleasure, Lyle.
Well, that concludes this portion of the program, and I ask you to stay tuned, and we'll be back with more. Thank you.
I got an item donated here. It's item number 66, donated by Rocky Mountain Equipment. It is a ride-on tractor and wagon. It is rechargeable battery, and it would be ideal for anybody age 3 to 6 kind of thing. And I even found the other day it goes.
Wow.
All charged up, ready to go.
There is a Christmas present, let me tell you.
Well, here I've got an inflator, a compact inflator kit. This is from Breaker 16 Rentals and Equipment, and it is ideal for your vehicle. It's very powerful. It's a mini compressor that you might want to keep in your vehicle at all times. Girls, you might want this too. So put it in your truck, put it in your car, but it's a pretty handy thing to have when you find that your tire is low one day.
A lot of good items, wow, donations have been really well this year, haven't they, Mary, you were saying?
They certainly have. We have lots and lots of donations and every kind of merchandise you could imagine. This here is a backrest donated by Step Into Action Physiotherapy and Wellness Clinic. It's an ideal backrest to put in your chair. If you're sitting in a chair all day long, it would be a great thing for you.
Super item.
Item number 92 from A&L Get Active is it's a Garmin VivoFit 3 activity tracker. So you wear that on your wrist and it's counting your steps and it's giving you all sorts of great athletic advice. Okay, plus a water bottle. That's item number 92 from A&L Get Active.
I've got item number 90 here, donated by Diamond Waterworks, and it's a wine kit for all you winemakers out there. This would be an excellent one for you to get busy at after Christmas. This particular one is an Italian wine, and I know Diamond Waterworks has lots of other wine kits to choose from as well.
Good, thank you.
I forgot who donated this one. I better not do. Wait. Oh yeah, Lavish Construction donated item number 38. It consists of 2 different parts here, 2 different drills. We've got things in some other foreign language. I don't think I know a lot about this. Those of you who want to bid on that would know a lot more than me. And it's got an extra battery back here attached to it. So it's a 20-volt drill tool.
If it's DeWalt, it's probably pretty good.
It's good.
What do we got over here, Murray? Got some gift packs?
It's a Creative Memories gift pack for all of you ladies that are into doing creative memories. It's item number 5, donated by Karen Ferguson. It has a book in there and another, some more materials for doing creative memories.
Very good. And of course, you have to go online and register in order to bid. But once you do it once, it's pretty easy to continue to do it in the future. If you're not able to do that, if you don't have a computer, then you can phone Ivan Trail. He's taking proxy bids, 476-5165. So this is a great bunch of stuff here. Ron, you got something else there?
All right, sure. I got one more here. This is, we've got lots of different artwork here by local artists. This particular one is on barn board, and it's about 2 feet by 3 feet, and it's done by Gwen Barilla. And it's, I believe it's made to go outside, but we have a lot of other local artwork here. Item number 112, 113 is the old Boyle House.
These are Betty Walker's, I understand.
Yes, these are. Lots of different art pieces. They're not all Betty Walker, but there are a few.
These ones,
This is the Shannon Desjardins.
Shannon Desjardins, and Marie Topischuk, I think is how you maybe say it, has done a few of these as well, so. Well, that's good. Thank you very much, fellas, for participating here, and if you find something that we're talking about, get a bid in on it. If you don't, there's lots more, and of course, it's all listed in the banner this past week and next week, and it's online as well. We'll make sure we get the
Have to get a haircut.
website up. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I'm pleased to have another guest on our Neepawa Rotary auction report, and I'm pleased to welcome Myra Bennett as a guest today. Thank you, Myra, for taking the time to join us. And Myra's position in the community doesn't need any introduction, but she is a lifelong member of the Neepawa area community, plus a longtime member of the Neepawa Inner Wheel. And how long and how did you get into Neepawa Inner Wheel, Myra?
Thank you for asking. Well, I have no idea how I got in, I guess because Dave joined Rotary, and I basically like to know, I'm a community person, I like to know what's going on in the community, I like to be part of a community, of our community, and so I joined Inner Wheel. I was invited. I don't even know who invited me, Marlon perhaps, I don't know, and I said sure, and I've been an Inner Wheeler ever since and really enjoyed it. So.
But back when the Inner Wheel was formed, it was common for the spouse or partner of the Rotarian to become a member.
Right, that's right. And I was kind of proud to become a member because Dave's mother was a founding member of Inner Wheel back in 1957.
1957.
Yeah, that's what Marlon tells me. And Marlon actually was not really a founding member, although she joined. Inner Wheel became established in Neepawa in the spring apparently, and then Marlon was part of the community later in the fall, and I guess because Lawrence was a Rotarian, she joined Inner Wheel in the fall of that year.
And of course, that was Lawrence and Marlon Hargrave.
That's right, Lawrence and Marlon Hargrave.
Very well-known community supporters
right.
of Rotarians and Inner Wheel members.
Absolutely, yeah.
Some of the things that the Inner Wheel does within our community and beyond within the district and internationally, can you just talk about your involvement in the projects that you have with Inner Wheel?
Well, Inner Wheel in the community, we go to the care home once a month with flowers, delivering flowers to the birthday people. However, we haven't been there now since February because of COVID. We sponsor a student from our elementary school to go to Camp Wanna Come Back every year. And we help mainly with the Rotarians with the auction. And our really big project is the student weekend that we host for incoming students in the fall. Now, of course, last year that didn't happen, and so, or this year, I guess you'd say, didn't happen because of COVID. We're hoping maybe next year, but it's doubtful, really, that we'll have one next year.
But it's that weekend of student exchange is a very fun-filled weekend.
It is. We've done it for 40-odd years. Mary Ellen's been the chairman, Mary Ellen Clark, for many years, and we have a good time with that. And we always look forward to the kids coming and who's coming from where and how many girls and how many boys, and we find billets for them, you know, in homes, and so that's always a nice project for us.
The Rotary auction is the topic of conversation, and of course the Neepawa inner wheel have been and still are, even though the auction has changed online, you still are a major part of our help and working with Rotarians in the community for the betterment of the auction.
Right, well, we usually provide lunch and help with the phoning, answering the phones at the time up, but however, this year that's not possible since the auction has gone virtual. So this year instead we helped out by phoning all the last year's bidders.
Yeah.
We organized that, broke that up into groupings, and I had 9 phoners, and they contacted all last year's bidders, and I think the bidders from all reports were very happy to be contacted and thank the girls very much for making that contact.
So the response was good?
So the response was very good, so
Yeah.
we feel we've helped out in some way.
Yes. Probably a last thought in my mind is the fellowship, not only working together with you people in the Rotary, but you people as members of the Inner Wheel and other community organizations. There has to be a nice bit of fellowship involved by being a member of the
Yeah,
Inner
there
Wheel.
is. You make lifelong friends, really. And so, you know, I've really enjoyed that over the years with Inner Wheel.
I know that Judy looks very much forward to that monthly meeting and lunch, and when you have your meeting, then.
That's right, yeah. We have a
It's a
good
good
time
time.
with that, so.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Myra, and we look forward to working with the Inner Wheel throughout the year. And next year's auction, maybe it'll be a little more.
Hopefully
work
it will.
together more.
Thank you, yeah.
So thank you for joining us, and you
Good
have a
luck
good
with
day.
the auction.
Thank you very much. That concludes this portion of our program, and stay tuned, we'll be back.
A single act of good can go a long way. It can cross oceans, cure disease, and create equality. As members of Rotary, we are people of action, and our actions have the power to speak loud and clear. We're changing lives and creating opportunities through our groundbreaking work in clean water, sanitation, and hygiene. Our global grants help communities create and maintain water resources close to home, because when clean water is within a child's grasp, so is a safe and promising future. We're committed to supporting sanitation projects that meet the needs of women and girls. Our programs provide modern facilities and hygiene training to cultivate long-term health and wellness. From safe access to water to private toilets and programs to teach healthy habits, we're working in homes, clinics, and schools to help families live healthy lives. Rotary Club members unite to create a world where water, sanitation, and hygiene are cornerstones of self-confidence and dignity, well within the reach of families who need it most. With more than a century of experience in service, Rotary is uniquely positioned to meet the challenges of today and fulfill the promise of a peaceful, healthy tomorrow. Your contribution to the Rotary Foundation keeps families connected to a world of good. Every gift is an action that speaks volumes, across classrooms, communities, and continents. Learn how you can support the cause that means the most to you.